What's up everybody, welcome back to Meet That Gaming. My name is Roland, this is the best channel that nobody watches except a few special people like yourselves, and today we're going to be continuing our coverage of the tournament, 1180 tournament that happened a couple of weeks ago, and it was still ongoing. It's finished now, but let's pick up where we left off. We're going to continue with the next battle. I think this is a quarterfinal, and it's gonna be Premysl? I don't. No, it's Premysl. Okay. Against Mundi, which is also a modder for 1100 AD. So let's go ahead and watch. I think which one's the first match? Oh, that isn't the name. Okay. So we're gonna have the Roman Empire against the Duchy of Bohemia. Now both of these players, I remember I kind of slacked off watching the replays, but both of the players, I remember them to being good players. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's what. Oh, very wide line. Let me just check something. Very wide line for wide setup for the Duchy of Bohemia. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to see which player is which. I forgot. Come on. Nice lineup here for the Romans. I'm not very familiar with the Bohemian troops, to be completely honest with you. We're gonna see things from Premysl's perspective. Okay, let's have a quick look of the roster. So if I saw correctly, there's 4 Skutatoi swordsmen. 2, 3 okay, 3, not 4. 3 Skutatoi swordsmen for the Romans, 2 Varangians, and then 2 Tagmara guard. Cream of the crops. Then we have a couple of spearmen. Kondaratoi, as some would say. Look at those banners, man. That's good work. Good work from the boys. We have a couple of archers. These archers are pretty good. Now they're not crossbows and they're not longbows, but they're pretty good. We have 5 horses for Mundi here. One very heavy melee, medium melee, and 1 shock. Okay. So mostly melee, so that they can last in fights. And then the general is going to be a shock. Very heavy shock troop. On the other side, look at the width. I should say thickness, not width. Thickness. Very interesting setup by the Bohemian player. Let's see, we have 3 spears. Spread, Slavic light spears. Yeah, these are, I'm guessing, because I remember getting some of these troops, and I can't remember which campaign, but these are some lighter troops, probably put in front to, I don't know, to get to be fodder for the cannon. No, I'm gonna be interested to see how Premysl will react to the overwhelming horses there. And he has 4 horses. Okay, so we have 3 spears, 3 low tier spears, 4 archers, Slavic armored archers, all of them. Okay, these guys look really good with their round shields on the back. They look pretty awesome actually. Yes. Dismounted Druzina, Slavic Swordsman. Let's check them out quickly. These are probably the heavy, very heavy melee. While these guys, medium melee, okay. Puts the heavies up front. Okay, interesting, interesting. Medium melee, Slavic Druzi, Slavic Swordsman, sorry. Mace Warriors, okay. And I think these are the dismounted Rosinas. Okay, puts the heavy, the very heavy, or heavy, whatever, you get the point. Heavy melees on the flank, while in the center, he's gonna have a very wide medium melee line. Okay, let's give a good quick shout to the horses. Very heavy melee, very heavy melee. He put a very heavy melee instead of shock as his general. Very heavy shock and melee. So one less horse for the Bohemians. Curious to see how this one will unfold. Yeah, let's go ahead. Not gonna be a quick fight. As you can see here, he has more numbers. Okay, he's pulling his cavalry to the left flank, possibly to try to overwhelm the flank, and then try to defend this flank. Mundi does respond by pulling one of his horses, while these guys are getting shot to shreds. Okay, he's gonna aim at the Tagmara. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Eventually. I noticed, yeah, he's trying to do some fake, fake charges. I noticed Premysl. I remember him when I first saw one of his matches. He did that as well. He likes to do that, from what I can see. Which, if you can pull them off properly, nicely, then they're a very good weapon that can make the opposition. It basically forces you to react one way or another. Okay, he's dancing around on the flanks, trying to push on the left and playing very defensively on the right. Like both players are doing the same thing. Basically, they're mirroring each other. Now we did charge the archers, but yeah, Bohemia has a lot of archers, and look at this gathering right here. He could aim that, and there's a lot of troops there. As he tries to fall back here and overwhelm the other flank. This is some high level stuff right here. Manages to catch one of the horses, but it's gonna be medium against the very heavy melee, so he's gonna be riding those guys down. He's doing a good job in keeping his archers alive. We have the maces here, right? No. Ah, here are the maces, yeah. So he's trying to survive here and then demolishing the Romans on the other flank. This horse is running away, unfortunately. Now, Mundi did a very nice flanking maneuver here. There's just a lot of numbers. Oh, his general got caught. Oh, that's gonna be very painful. That's gonna be very painful. The archers did a lot of damage. I mean, not necessarily kills, but like overall damage. They did a decent amount. Where are the... Oh, here they are. I mean, the Varangians are winning their fight with the Tagmara Guard, but everything else is getting overwhelmed. Like, I'd have to watch this all over again to see the details of what happened. But basically, I think what happened is that Premysl was just better at doing what he was doing, while Mundi was trying to do the same thing. He was just better at overwhelming the flank, just pushing the flank, while Mundi's forces that were still here, they were a little bit out of range. I have a horse there. Yeah, I think that's where everything. That's where the battle was won. The positioning of the armies was better for Premysl, for Bohemian player, and then just the numbers were a bit overwhelming, especially because the stronger, like these guys, were on the right flank, where he was trying to push, but on the other flank the infantry was of inferior quality, and he had those two Slavic dismounted Druzinas or Druzina, whatever they were called, and they were just crushing the flank. And that's that. Yeah, it's game over. I want to see the numbers though. I'm interested to see the numbers, because the Bohemian player still has a decent number of troops. He did lose, man. Let's see. Yeah, 900 lost. Yeah, the archers did a decent amount of damage. Yeah, these guys just couldn't hold the line against the dismounted Druzinas, and also it did a decent job in concentrating fire with his archers. Yeah, it was interesting to watch this because of what I said, how they were trying to outposition each other. That was super interesting. Okay, now we have the Kingdom of Scotland against the Kingdom of Burgundy. I'm guessing we're gonna see Premysl's perspective again. So whoever super perspective is here is gonna be him. Okay, so he's gonna play as the Scots, right? Right. This is confusing. I think he's with the Scots. Yeah. Okay. So I did notice that he's one of the few players that has 4 skirmishers in the fights so far that I've seen. He does like to use his skirmishers. Very heavy left emphasis for the Scottish. And from what I can see, in general, I notice a tendency of him bringing just more troops to the field. preferring to have numbers over individual quality. Okay, but let's see what Frankish cavalry. Ugh. Now, obviously, the Frankish knights were super strong, but not very wise. They are known to charge ahead without using their brain. That costed them a few battles, unfortunately for them. Okay, we have a heavy flank here, heavy melee flank, and then here the same, one heavy shock and one medium melee. Horses on the flank. We have 4 archers now, okay. From Mundi. Urban Bow Militia. What the, yeah, 145. And then he has 1 longbow. These guys are super strong. But I think, yeah, 1 longbow. Okay, he did the same thing. The elite Highland archers have a 120 range. While these guys have a higher range. Okay. Shots per minute 6. 6, 20, 21. 9. Oh no, wait. Wait, what? Okay. All of these guys have 220. I think Premysl played the system here a little bit, because there's only 1 crossbow and 1 longbow allowed in the tournament. These guys have a very long range. Yeah, it's obscene. I think he knows something very well. Okay, let's check out the rest of the troops. Again, a couple of 3 light spears. So he has a formula that he follows, from what I can notice. We have the medium melee, heavy melee, medium melee. A couple of axes. Yeah, okay. So I'm curious to see. Axes. Okay. So this is a more standard. Wait a second. Oh, it's okay. So 4 in the center and 1 heavy melee on each flank with the spears. And then we have this guy, noble swordsman. Okay, the heavy stuff is pushed on the flanks again. And he has 1 backup here, which is gonna be super useful, I think, when the lines clash. Horses, heavy melee. What's the general? Melee, heavy melee again. And we have a couple of also heavy melee. So 4 horses. 4? Yeah, 4 horses against 5. Yeah, these are all very heavy and heavy troops. That's why the number games is always on Premysyl's side. Okay, let's jump ahead and see what's what. Let's see if there's gonna be a dance again. Yeah, the problem with not having, I think, like, look at this. The problem with not having any, like, fodder for the cannon, like Premysl has here, with these spears, that he doesn't really care if I suspect, of course, he might think differently. But it's always good to have some low tier troops in front, so that they can absorb the damage, and then you do the damage with the rest of them. Like, look at this, like, Mundi brought, like, heavy melee infantry, which, yeah, are strong, but look at how tight their formation is, and look at how they're gonna be shot to shreds here. And even keep in mind, it's not only about kills, it's also about taking out the stamina and vitality of the troops. So he's just gonna target the heavy troops, and then who's gonna fight? Yeah, exactly. Yep. These guys are gonna be very unhappy by the time they reach any lines. Oh, they're gonna get shot in the back. He's trying to protect them, which, yes, okay. But then these longbows with their 220 range, that is outrageous. This shouldn't be allowed. Like, the 220 ranges are just so obscene. Now he's targeting the heavy spears, which they're gonna have the same problem. Those archers are just too good. And he's just happy, like, look at this. Premysl is just happy to sit back and shoot the enemy. And I'm trying to think, like, if I'm Mundi, what can you do here? What can you do? It's an impossible... It's an impossible situation, I believe. I don't know, the first thing that jumps to my mind is charge with the horses, but then the horses get pinned down, they get destroyed. Yes, you do buy time, enough time to probably charge with your heavy infantry, and then what? Well, the problem is that once you've pinned them down, like let's say that you charge here, they're gonna get pinned down, they might get surrounded. Even if you fall back, your horses will have a disadvantage against the enemy horse. And then even if you like let's say you win the center with your heavy melee, once the cavalry fight is done, you're just gonna charge in the back. So I don't know what you can do here as Mundi. I'm just yeah, I think this battle is lost even before it started, honestly, due to the army selections. I can't come up with a plan with Mundi, because this is like, it's fun to like try to like, okay, what would I do here, blah blah blah, in these fights, and it's very hard. Very hard. These guys have more health though, but yeah, by the time they get in range, they already got shots on them. Now he's gonna charge. That's so smart. That's a smart reaction. Let's see if it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be a charge. I think it's gonna be one of those fake charges, because it's very tricky. Yeah, it's very fishy to charge into that. And the Scottish player recognizes that. Now he is gonna catch, almost outcatch, outflank, sorry, the army, the cavalry there. And he's just happy to just turtle up here, because he is leading the fight with those archers. And there's nothing that Mundi can do about it, unfortunately for him. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, this is done. Holding the line here, trying to push again. Now, interestingly enough, he's gonna fall back. He doesn't want anything to do anything with that, because these guys are gonna get shredded up by those guys. But he can buy time, he can shoot the other flanks. We're gonna see some charges here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Mundi has a nice counter charge. These guys are just getting such a large amount of abuse. 36, 37, 33, 46. That's like almost 180, 190, man. What am I talking about? It's actually more to 151, whatever, you get the point. And these guys are just getting shot to shreds. Like, these guys didn't even pull out their swords, and they're getting slaughtered. And for example, if Mundi pushes here, he wins this fight here. But the problem is that on the other side, he should be winning this one, I think. Yeah, because of these swords. But now you have these guys, so oh, it's a tricky spot. Tricky spot. These archers are getting caught in a melee fight for some reason. I'm gonna see a few charges here. The center is starting to give up. These are the guys that were getting shot at constantly. Okay, we have the flank here as well. This is a good engagement here, but the problem is that he has the numbers, and even if he could take this side with what he has here, no problem. He has the archers, and there's one horse there as well. Those horses are gonna get caught. That's a good charge, because he pins down the horses and now the spears are close. He attacks the horses here. Believe it or not, archers, once the cavalry is pinned down, they're pretty good at fighting cavalry. If you don't know how the mod works, once the cavalry is getting pinned down, they're gonna start losing the fight. Which is... I remember when I first noticed that thing, it was in an update, I was like, that shouldn't happen. And then the guys whose mod this is, I was like, oh, just fuck off. Metaphorically speaking, that's what he said to me. In other words, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, man, those numbers and those archers, they're just not much to do here. Not much to do. I mean, props to Premysl. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna butcher your fucking name. Props to him for knowing how to choose his troops, how to choose a lineup, how to trick the system a little bit. He goes for numbers instead of quality because he can control the troops properly. And he does invest, like, what he loses in the melee infantry quality, he usually is decent in choosing the right composition for his archers and stuff. So yeah, this was won by Premysl, so congratulations to him. And guys, I will see you in the next match. I hope you enjoyed what you just saw. Leave me feedback if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more, definitely. And I'll see you again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay clean, and always stay strong.